The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Outlets at forward for Boshiers, who slaloms past two defenders on the right block and sticks in the right-hand left.
We're getting you set for game day with a countdown to tip-off, powered by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By the Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Light, dream big with gig. By Quality Suites of Morristown, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Penland rips it away from Roberts, puts it in with the right hand as she's bowling to the ground, and one for Campbell Penland.
Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watray.
Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to Wise, Virginia, as we get ready to lock and load here from the Convocation Center in Wise, Virginia. Just about ready to lock and load between these two clubs. Carson-Newman is 9-0 all-time against this UVA Wise group. 8 of those wins have come by double figures over that stretch, and the Lady Eagles will try to make that, again, a key facet here today. Carson-Newman, after not playing on Saturday due to that officiating debacle, will take on this UVA Wise group. Wise, uncharacteristically, has dropped 3 of its last 5 here at the Convocation Center. Conversely, Carson-Newman has won those 7 consecutive regular season sack contests. In that stretch, they haven't trailed by any more than 8 in any of those games. What does Mike Mincy see out of this Wise team? Biggest key, Nia Van Zant, the team's leading scorer, didn't play in that first matchup. She will play today. So what's the key to the Lady Eagles locking her down and leaving with another win and getting 8 straight conference victories? We'll break that down as we come back on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off, powered by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owners insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children, and grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us, and all the generations who will.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation.
At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Time to check in with the Lady Eagles head coach. Here's Mike Mincy alongside the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
Carson-Newman is back in action, traveling up the mountain to take on the UVA Wise Cavaliers here today on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off. I'm Michael Watrang speaking with Coach Mike Mincy. And, Coach, you didn't get the opportunity to take on Lenore Ryan on Saturday because of the officiating situation, even though you got ready, and the teams were ready right there at tip-off. At the end of it all, you basically get the entire week off taking on this Wise group. How has preparation maybe changed with the fact that you didn't play on Saturday?
It kind of is what it is. We were obviously geared up and ready to play a team that was ranked 14th in the country, and on our home floor. Don't get that opportunity, which is unfortunate, but took off Sunday like we normally would. Try to keep it as normal as possible because we warmed up long enough that we played a game essentially to some degree. So got after it Monday as we normally would. Tuesday is going to be a little bit more of a light practice scout, that kind of thing, and then get ready to go on the road and play at Wise. We find ourselves in an interesting situation where we don't play 2 Saturdays in a row, and so we go Wednesday to Wednesday and then Wednesday to Wednesday again, which to some degree can benefit us a little bit, especially with our nursing students, to kind of let them breathe a little bit and then get geared up for the stretch run of 10 games, I guess.
When you look at this Wise team, the first time you played them, you beat them by 21 with their leading scorer, Nia Van Zant, did not play. She's been in double figures in 15 of 16 games. Hopefully, for their part, she will play Wednesday evening. What kind of dynamic does she bring to the team that maybe they didn't have in that first meeting?
Well, I mean, you mentioned it. She's the leading scorer, so when you don't have your leading scorer, it's kind of hard to produce offensively. I mean, that nugget has gone out of your arsenal. But Nia she's always done a good job. She scores craftily around the rim, gets to the free throw line a ton, and converts on those at a high rate. So she's got an interesting game in how she plays and how she drives. And sometimes you think you've got her stopped, and you don't. She goes on and finishes up, kind of like our Skylar Boshears a little bit, just a little bit different than how they play, but both can certainly get to the rim and make tough shots when they get near it.
Speaking with Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy as we get set for tip-off on the AAC Countdown to tip-off, UVA Wise and Carson-Newman getting ready to kick things off. When you look at the Cavaliers, really good defensive unit, one of the best shot-blocking teams in the country because of Caitlin Bailey, the Anderson transfer, 46 blocks. That's top 5 in the country. What is it about their defense other than her ability to block shots that they've been so efficient holding teams under their shooting averages?
Well, one thing that probably helps them, in my opinion, is a lot of teams don't fare very well when they go to Wise and play and shoot. I don't think a lot of teams go up there and shoot it very well. It is more of an arena style. So I think that helps to some degree. But then they're bend but don't break. They don't typically press. They're going to get back. Not like, they're not going to really allow you to get stuff in transition. Don't crash the glass typically hard. I mean, they can get offensive rebounds, but they're going to make sure that you're not going to get run outs and easy layups out of offensive transition. So they do a good job there. And then, they've got good players. They just kind of sit down and guard you. And they got size to guard inside with Kessner, and you certainly have a shot blocker with Bailey.
When you look at UVA Wise from an offensive perspective, they're the second most efficient team in the conference behind Wingate in terms of field goal percentage, but turnovers have just haunted them all season long. 19 plus in 16 of the 20 games. You turn them over 21 times, scoring 30 points off of those giveaways. Is that the biggest key to this game, is trying to speed them up, trying to get some of those turnovers and get some easy buckets for yourself?
Possibly. I mean, they are one of those teams that every year in and year out, they're pretty efficient from a field goal percentage standpoint. That could certainly be a key to the game is turning them over, but we don't necessarily go into games thinking that we have to turn people over so many times. We usually look more on our side of things, that we can't turn the ball over. We need to snatch some offensive rebounds, and then we certainly need to play on offensive end and score. But we're going to create our tempo more so with our offense than defense and press and stuff like that. I mean, if we get steals and turnovers, that's just kind of cherry on top. But we do want to show a little pressure in the backcourt, do a good job defensively, try to win the rebounding battle, and then fly down the court from an offensive perspective and try to be efficient that way. So for us, we've done a pretty good job defensively the second semester, but we're still trying to get it a little bit more in gear. Even though we lead the conference in scoring, it's not necessarily where we want to be at 74.1, so we're always trying to make that a little bit better.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy. When we come back, starters in the play-by-play. Lady Eagles take on the UVA Wise Cavaliers for the 10th time when we come back on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagles Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC. We're power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is ShopCNEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopCNEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopCNEagles.com.
Welcome back to the Convocation Center here on the campus of UVA Wise. AEC Countdown to Tip-Off is powered by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Make the right call for energy efficiency and score big savings today. Contact AEC, your trusted energy partner. Carson-Newman and UVA Wise for the 10th time. Mike Mincy has won all 7 matchups with this group. The only time that the Lady Eagles didn't win by double figures, that was in this facility back in 2021. Carson-Newman 92, Wise 89 that season. And time to take a look at the starting lineups for these two groups, beginning with UVA Wise. All conference picks at the top. Caitlin Ross, who leads the country in assists, and Nia Van Zant, who's the team's leader in scoring. Up top around them are Caitlin Berger, who's been ultra consistent this year, 14 double-figure scoring games. Josie Hester, a three-point sharpshooter, and Leah Kessner on the inside. For Jamie Klusman's crew, her 4th season at Wise, 65 wins, 60 losses in her tenure. Carson-Newman's starting 5 looks the exact same after shuffling the lineup for a good chunk of the year. The last month it has been the same. Harley Smith, Braylon Weichel, Campbell Penland, Skylar Boshiers, and Keely Rogers, all players that have had career days at one point or another in that stretch. And the Lady Eagles will try to get it done here today. Mike Mincy in his 12th season, 235 wins, closing in on the all-time program record for those victories. Eddie Carter at the top at 250 in his tenure. Just about ready to light the candle here from UVA Wise. Carson-Newman has won 7 straight. They've dominated over that stretch as well against South Atlantic Conference teams. The only blip in that radar was a road trip to Belmont Abbey in non-conference action on January 3rd. Wise is ready to roll. Carson-Newman ready to go as well. The national anthem will come up here in just a moment. And when we come back, we'll have these two teams squaring off for the 10th time ever. Carson-Newman and UVA Wise ready to lock and load when we come back on the AAC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I've found the perfect place.
This
kisses it off the glass and one
is Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
Smiles across the board, makes some room in the trophy case for the 3rd time in program history. Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Aramark, by ShopCNEagles.com, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, by Magaha Electric, Inner Digital, by Food City, Trilite, Quality Suites of Morristown, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watray.
That was a national anthem right here at the Pryor Center in Wise, Virginia. This is Officials Appreciation Week, ironically, after Carson-Newman didn't have any officials for Saturday's matchup with what was supposed to be against number 14, Lenore-Rhine. And Lenore-Rhine had lost earlier that week to Newberry, and because the Bears didn't play that game, they didn't have a chance to either help on one side or potentially hurt their resume. There were a lot of nationally ranked teams that lost last week. Pretty much every team in the top 20 had a result that surprised you, including teams like Georgia Southwestern and North Georgia in this region, including Lenore-Rhine as well. So there's been a lot of shuffling around And because there was no game then, Carson-Newman will not play that Saturday. They will not play this Saturday. So this will be their lone game in about a 10-day period. And it's right here at UVA Wise taking on the Cavaliers. Time to take a look at the uniforms that these two teams will try it out here today. Brought to you by Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your CNID. That's Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Carson-Newman decked out in the navy uniform, tops and bottoms. Carson written on top of the number. Newman below that in white with orange outline. Numbers on the front and the back, inverse that. Orange numbering, white outline for the Lady Eagles. UVA Wise in the all-white uniforms. UVA in red, Wise in black across the chest. Numbers on the front and the back, written in red for the home team, the UVA Wise Cavaliers here today. When these two teams squared off back in December on the 10th, Carson-Newman won at 75-54. Biggest key in that first matchup, turnovers. Carson-Newman dominated in that category. They forced 21 of them, scored 30 points off of those giveaways. And when you look at Jamie Klusman's group, that's the key for this team this season. They've turned it over 20 times per game, at least 19 in 16 of the 20. So can they possess the basketball? Because they're the second most efficient team in the league this year when they do. Carson-Newman, conversely, they've done an excellent job at the defensive end of the floor, allowing just 60 points per game in this 7-game conference winning streak. And then doing the job from an offensive perspective. Out of nowhere, Carson-Newman is the number one scoring team in the conference after sitting in 5 and 6 for a good chunk of the year. So we're ready to roll. It is Smith out there with Weichel, Penland, Rogers, and Boshiers will be in the center circle. Ross is out there with Van Zant, Hester, and Berger is in the jump circle. So you have two players at 5'10", jumping it up here today. Wise in the whites, Carson-Newman in the blues. Ball is in the air. It's tapped over. Penland grabs it. Carson-Newman the first possession, going left to right. And man-to-man defense here for the Cavs. Braylon Weichel, the All-American, dribbles to the left wing, closing in on 1,900 career points. Around two screens to her right, picks up her bounce, flares it to Harley Smith, top of the key. Smith spins to the paint, juggles the basketball, stops left block, throws it out. Rogers sprints to her right-hand side, goes underneath the cup. 8 on the shot clock as she kicks it out. Boshier swings it right wing. Weichel gets his running start, steps back, getting some separation from Ross, and draining the jump shot. Braylon Weichel, the first points of the day, and that's what she has been doing of late. 4 consecutive games of 20-plus points. 38 seconds elapsed here in Wise, Virginia. Carson-Newman 2, Wise 0, and Carson-Newman out in the 2-2-1 full-court press. Berger to inbound after Carson-Newman kicked the ball out of play. Gives it to Ross. 2 seconds to get the ball across the timeline, and they just get it across as Hester comes out to grab it, but then she turns it over as she passes to the left wing. Penland intercepts. Dribbles to the middle of the floor, kicks it out right wing. One dribble from Weichel and a three-pointer left short this time from the right wing, and the rebound picked up by Ross. Lobs it forward for Van Zant. Gets to the right block, running right-hand layup off the window and down. Good move there by Van Zant. 16 a game this season, averaging the 6th most in the league this year. Carson-Newman back on the basketball. Tied at 2, 1:10 off the clock. Rogers, top of the key, steps into a 3. Too strong this time around. Penland nearly had a left paw on it. Instead, it's picked up by Wise. Ross to the front court. 7.6 assists per game. Throws it underneath for Berger, and she puts in a layup on the left block underneath the left arm of Rogers. 4-2, Wise with the last 4 points. 90 seconds gone by. Smith on the right block. Looks to bounce the basketball. She does so now. Comes back to her right. Kessner gets a piece of it and rips it out of her paws. Gives it forward to Berger, and here's Ross. 4-2. Wise on top. Carson-Newman on defense and man-to-man. 8:13 to play in the opening frame. Hester steps into a 3 from the right point and buries it. 7 unanswered for Wise to take a 7-2 early lead. 2 minutes gone by in the first. Braylon Weichel will walk it across the timeline. 7 points in 50 seconds for the Cavs. Weichel, top of the key, sprints to her left. Thought about a jump shot. She was open. Instead, will cross over, step back from the left elbow, and swirls out a jump shot. 1 out of 3 shooting for Braylon Weichel. 7:40 to go in the first. Carson-Newman hasn't scored in nearly 2 minutes. Berger on the right block. Left-hand running shot. This one wide left. Rogers is there for the board after 14 last week. Sprints front court all the way to the left block. Gets a little body bump. Misses the shot. Rebound poked out of the hands of Smith by Ross into the paws of Berger. Wise with the basketball, leading at 7-2. They scored the last 7. 7:20 to go in the first. Ross top of the key. Spins it left wing. Van Zandt. Van Zandt back to Hester on the right wing. Tosses it to the right corner and Berger. Berger lobs it underneath Van Zandt. One dribble. Puts a shot up. Penland got a block. And she comes out of there with it at the free throw line. Campbell Penland sprinting all the way to the right block. Right-hand layup partially blocked. Smith grabs the basketball. Throws it out Rogers. Sprints to the lane. Right-hand teardrop right down the hatch. Offensive rebound Smith. Second chance points Rogers. Ends a scoring drought that lasted nearly 3 minutes. 6:45 to go in the first. Rogers' steal at midcourt. Dribbles inside of the lane. Stops on the right side of the lane and misses a jump shot. And the rebound picked up by Ross. So Carson-Newman forcing a couple turnovers early. Can't cash in off of those. 7-4. Wise on top. 6.5 to go in the first. Hester on the right wing. Tosses it underneath. Berger jabs. Throws a high arcing shot. Too strong. Rogers grabs the rebound after Kessner tapped it. Carson-Newman 2 of 8 from the floor. Has the ball. Smith sprinting to the right side of the lane and grabs the basketball on a pass from Penland on the right wing and puts in the layup. 7-6. Carson-Newman down 1. 6:08 to go in the first. Carson-Newman's tempo good at the start of this game. Ross cutting to the right side of the rim, and a good flare pass from Berger on the left wing. Catches Ross, and she puts in the right-hand layup on the right block. 5:54 to go in the first. Carson-Newman down by 3. Rogers tries to answer with a 3 on the left wing, and she connects. Just 22% from deep this year, and Rogers ties this at 9. 5:40 to go in the first. Berger 2-on-1 break here. She dribbles to the right side of the lane, and a foul is whistled on Carson-Newman. Probably didn't even need to do that. It's on Keely Rogers, her first personal foul. And free throws coming up here for Caitlin Berger, a 78% foul shooter. Caitlin Bailey is into the game replacing Kessner. Bailey, one of the top shot blockers in the nation, 4th in the country, averaging 2.3 per game. So Berger at the free throw line. She has 2 so far. And her first foul shot is perfect. Wise back on top 10-9. Carson-Newman started 4 out of 10 from the field. Second shot from Berger is up there, and that one goes in with a little help from the front of the rim. 11-9, UVA Wise on top. 5:34 to go in the first. Boshear's left wing. Looks underneath, lobs it to Smith on the left block. Smith dribbles inside the middle of the paint, gets stopped there, kicks it out. Penland, left wing, 3-pointer, air ball. Tapped out of there by Rogers, but she was out of bounds when she tried to get a piece of it. So it goes back to UVA Wise. Wise has started at 4 out of 7 from the field. Couple turnovers, haven't led to any Carson-Newman points so far. Full court press, though, with 5:17 to go in the first. And Wise leading at 11-9. Bailey in the middle of the floor, hands it off for Ross. Ross swings it left wing, Van Zandt. Van Zandt will cross over. Had a little space on the left-hand side, didn't take it. Bailey hands it back. Ross running down the left side of the lane. Puts a layup up. It doesn't fall in, and a good strong board by Harley Smith. She sprints forward, kicks it to Weichel right wing. Weichel dribbles a couple times to her left, comes back to her right, takes a little body bump, no foul whistle. Miss Hester got her hands in there. Weichel scoops in the layup. She has an early 4. Carson-Newman and Wise are tied at 11. 4:40 to go in the first. Bailey, top of the key, swings it over to Ross, who dumps it underneath. Berger airmails a shot on the right block. Rebound again. Harley Smith sprinting front court all the way to the right side of the lane. Sprints to the left side now and sticks in the layup, and Carson-Newman has its first lead since it was 2-0. 13-11, 4:20 to go in the first. Carson-Newman starting to find some rhythm offensively. Weichel kicks the basketball out of bounds, and it brings us to a pause in play with 4:16 to go. Carson-Newman has made 4 of its last 5 shots from the field. Can they keep it going? Lady Eagles will try to do that, leading at 13-11. 4:16 to go in the first here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Well, Carson-Newman started off sluggish from the field after going 3 minutes without points and trailing 7-2. The Lady Eagles have bounced back in this game, making 4 of its last 5, and now lead at 13-11 with 4:16 to go in the first. Tori Rutherford and Emily Gonzalez into the game for the first time today, joining Weichel, Rogers, and Smith on the floor. Carson-Newman leads it by 2. And it's UVA-wise ball in the backcourt, inbounding it to Ross. Ross against Rutherford, slings a pass forward for Berger. Tosses it to Hess, the right wing, back out Berger. Lobs it underneath. Bailey working against Weichel, and she's able to force it over the top of Weichel with a right hand and put it down. Carson-Newman and Wise tied at 13. Weichel all the way to the left block, takes a foul here. It is on Caitlin Ross. She's had some foul issues against Carson-Newman the last couple years. And Braylon Weichel heads to the free throw line. Carson-Newman has 2 of the top 10 free throw shooters in the country. Weichel is one of those as she puts the first shot up there and connects all nylon on that opening opportunity. 6 minutes into the game, Carson-Newman by 1. Second shot here for Braylon Weichel. Puts it down. Braylon with 6 early points, and the margin is 2 again. 15-13, 3:57 to go in the first. On a winding clock as Wise has the basketball. Right-hand side, Ross fires it forward. Berger tosses it underneath. Van Zandt on the left block. Ball fakes, loses it, stripped, gets it back, throws it underneath. Bailey on the left block grabs the basketball and puts it in. We're tied at 15 with 3:40 to go in the first. Weichel in the left wing, sprints inside of the lane, puts a shot up, left it short, rebound poked around, pushed back out to Rogers. Top of the key. Swings it right wing, Gonzalez to the right corner, and Rutherford tosses it for Smith. Smith underneath for Rogers, and she draws a personal foul. She was stuck underneath the bucket with 2 defenders on her, and Caitlin Bailey is called for her first personal foul. So Rogers to the free throw line, just 53% on the season. Carson-Newman will bring in subs. Penland will replace Harley Smith. Callie McMahon is out there as well, but she'll replace Rogers in lineup should she make the second foul shot. First free throw gets a very friendly roll. I feel like that rim is a little bit softer, maybe a little bit looser on the screws than the rim to our left-hand side that Carson-Newman will shoot at in the second half. Second shot, Rogers is right down, so Keely Rogers has started with 7 points early in the game, and she'll get her first rest of the day with 3:24 to go in the first. And Carson-Newman matching its largest lead of the day of 2. 17-15, 3:24 to go in the first. Hester in the backcourt. Throws it to the right-hand side. Ross splits a couple defenders. Tosses it forward. Van Zandt. One dribble to the left block. Puts a shot up. I think McMahon got a piece of it. It misses short. McMahon grabs it. Forward for Braylon Weichel. Dribbling all the way to the left corner. Hesitating against Bailey. Weichel comes back to her right. Throws it to Penland. Now over to Rutherford. Right wing 3 is way off. Missed it by a good couple feet on an air ball. Gonzalez had a chance at getting the rebound. Just couldn't grab it. 2:59 to go in the first. Carson-Newman leads 17-15. Lady Eagles shooting just 40% right now. And that pass is intercepted by Rutherford. It was thrown right to her. Throws it out. Weichel, right point 3, rattles it in. 9 early points for Braylon Weichel, and it's the largest lead of the day for Carson-Newman at 20-15. And a traveling violation whistled on Van Zandt in the backcourt. Well, this was a 7-2 lead at one point for UVA-wise. Since that point, Carson-Newman 18-8 run. And Lady Eagles on top right now. Penland on the right wing has it for the Lady Eagles. Swings at Gonzalez, top of the key. Left wing Weichel, jabs left, dribbles right, lets a defender fly by, gets into 3 defenders, and her shot is partially blocked by Berger, who grabs the ball. 2.5 to play in the first. Carson-Newman by 5, 20-15. Wise with the basketball in the all-white uniforms against man-to-man defense. Berger sprinting to the right block and drawing a personal foul on Emily Gonzalez. Her first personal foul. Carson-Newman has scored 7 of the last 9 points to take this 5-point lead, and Berger back to the free throw line. She's converted on a pair already early. 5 different Cavaliers have scored in this game. Berger's first foul shot this time around is up there and in, and it's down to a 4-point differential. UVA Wise 6-3 at home this season, but losers of 3 of the last 5 here as Berger makes the second foul shot, and it's down to 3. 20-17, Carson-Newman on top, 2:18 to go in the first. Gonzalez on the right wing for Carson-Newman to set up the offense with a 3-point lead in hand. Gonzalez dribbles around a McMahon screen to her right, hesitates, gets to the right block, puts a shot up, it's deflected, throws it out. Penland, left wing, wide open 3, rattles out, offensive rebound. Rutherford, great position on the left block. One dribble, puts it in with the right hand off the glass. Back to a 5-point edge, 22-17. Then Rutherford, a poke on a pass right in front of the Wise bench, far right sideline. Carson-Newman very active early. They forced 4 turnovers. 22-17, Carson-Newman on top. 1:51 to play in the first. Van Zandt grabs the inbound, dribbles to her left-hand side, comes back to the right, lobs to Hester, tosses underneath. Bailey on the right block, hangs, avoids Penland, and puts in a right-hand layup. 22-19, Carson-Newman ahead by 3, 1:40 to go in the first. CN has the ball as this pass takes a deflection. Penland will track it down in the very far corner of the front court on the left side. Sprints to her right around a McMahon screen, tosses over Rutherford right wing, dribbles along the baseline, kicks it over the head of Gonzalez. So she got a left hand to it, but that's all she could get to it. And it goes out of bounds. Carson-Newman gives it away for the second time. And with a 22-19 lead in hand, 1:20 to go in the first, Carson-Newman back on defense. Hester right wing, tosses the ball that gets deflected. Berger lobs it to Van Zandt left corner. Back out top, Ross swings it right back to Van Zandt. A left wing 3 is up. This one's short, and a foul is whistled. Boshears will get called for it as she had a grasp of Bailey. No foul shots, just the third team foul. First on Boshears. 1:07 to play in the first, and here comes Ashlyn Crittenden, the rookie from Charleston, Tennessee, replacing Emily Gonzalez. 20 on the shot clock. Carson-Newman leads at 22-19. Flies with the basketball. Bailey on the left wing, grabs it, throws it to the left corner. Hester dumps it underneath for Berger. Berger, a right-hand shot, too soft, falls off the right side of the rim. Berger grabs the ball, gets stripped. Boshears comes out of there with it on the left block. Gives it forward, Crittenden swings it left wing. Penland, who gets called for a traveling violation. Third Carson-Newman turnover. Second in a row for the Lady Eagles. Leading it by 3, though, at 50.1 seconds to go. Hester in the backcourt, works to the middle of the floor. Bounces it forward for Ross. Ross gets a running start all the way to the right block. Twirls a shot up there. Doesn't fall in. She's down on the baseline. Carson-Newman has 5-on-4 if they go quickly. Rutherford swings over to Boshear, steps into a jump shot, 15 feet right wing, and she might have hurt her ankle there as well as she goes to the ground. Well, she put the shot up, and I think she might have landed on a defender with that left ankle as Carson-Newman opens up its largest lead of the day yet again at 24-19. And slowly walking off the floor, and that is Carson-Newman's third leading scorer this year, 10 points per game. And hopefully she can get back out there here shortly. Carson-Newman has been maligned with injury since Lindsey Taylor injured her knee and will miss the rest of the season. Michaela Alvey also out as well, yet again here in this second semester. Shot clock is off, under a half minute to go in the first half. Hester breaks the timeline on the right side of the lane. She sprints in, throws it underneath looking for Bailey, and it's pushed out of play by Penland. 19 and a half seconds to go in the first frame. Carson-Newman leads it 24-19. Ross to inbound the ball on the baseline for UVA Wise. Ross looks left, gives it to Bailey. 18 and 17 as she dribbles to her left, comes back right. Sprints around the baseline, loses the basketball, saves it in to Van Zandt, 10 and 9. Gives it to Ross, over to Hester, right elbow. She dribbles right, spins around the lane, left-hand shot from Hester off the glass, and down. 1 second to go. Rutherford at midcourt will not get a shot off, and that's how the quarter comes to an end. Carson-Newman used a nice little surge to take this lead, and after the opening 10 minutes, it is Carson-Newman on top, 24-21. We'll see if they're able to get a little more cowbell in the second quarter when we come back to Wise, Virginia. Lady Eagles by 3 here after 10 minutes on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Well, I guess we needed just enough cowbell for the entire break, but no more. Didn't need quite enough cowbell. As Carson-Newman here in this second quarter will start off on defense. Wise has the ball wearing the white jerseys. Carson-Newman leads at 24-21. Great to have you with us tonight. Skip Roberts back in studio. I'm Michael Watchring courtside. Berger has it left point for the Cavs. She dribbles left, hands it off Ross. Sprints to the free throw line, comes back to her left. Right hand layup somehow worked it against Braylon Weichel and put it in. Caitlin Ross has 4, and the margin down to 1. Penland left wing, catch and shoot 3. Buries the trifecta. Rutherford spotted her from mid-court, and Penland cashes in a trifecta. 27-23, Carson-Newman by 4. Bailey into the front court, gives it to Berger. Berger dribbles left to the block, left-hand layup, too strong this time around. Didn't get the right part of the glass. Rogers there for her 4th board. Carson-Newman back into the front court. Weichel left baseline, sprints to her left, bounces it out for Penland. Back to the right-hand side. Rogers a 3. She hits a second trifecta. And just like that, it's a 7-point Carson-Newman lead coming out with a 6-2 start to the period. 6 unanswered. On the right block, Berger draws the personal foul. And I think that's on Rogers, and indeed it is. That is her second personal foul. So Rogers picks up her second, and Carson-Newman able to utilize a little bit of a surge. 6 unanswered points to get this 7-point margin, largest of the day. Berger's first foul shot is in. She's been silky at the line so far. A perfect 5 for 5. Berger's having a terrific game. 6 points, 5 boards, 3 assists early. Second shot from Berger is in. She's 6 of 6 at the line. And the margin is down to 5. 30-25. Carson-Newman on top of the ball. Weichel around the screen, throws it over to Penland. Penland tosses it back Smith. Smith sprints right, kicks it out, right corner. Rutherford catch and shoot 3. She is perfect as well. Carson-Newman has sunk 5 of its first 10 from deep. And it's an 8-point lead and a 9-2 run to take this 33-25 edge. Ross on the right-hand side. Throws it to Van Zant in the right corner. Van Zant will pull the trigger on a 3. That's short. Rutherford had a chance at it. It nearly went out of bounds. She's able to right-hand save it in for Weichel. Gives it to Rogers, getting into the middle of the lane, kicking out. Rutherford, right corner. Catch and shoot 3. That was halfway down and out. Popped out, hit the backboard, and Ross grabs it. Carson-Newman leads by 8, 33-25. 8:07 to go. Hester tries her hand at a three-pointer on the left wing. It rattles out. Rogers the board, swings it left wing. Penland all the way to the right block, draws the personal foul, and she'll get a crack at the free throw line. This one goes on, I think it's on Bailey. I haven't heard the name officially yet. So Penland to the line. It is on Berger, actually. Her first, second on the team. And Penland to the free throw line makes the first foul shot. Penland having one heck of a year at the free throw line, 94% on the season. Second free throw is up there. That is perfect. Campbell Penland made her first 19 foul shots of the year, and she has not missed a beat. Double figures for the first time today. An 11-2 run, 35-25, 7:50 to go. And here's an interception. Smith had it, and now we get a kicked ball. Let's see who kicked it. It's Van Zant that kicked it, so it's Carson-Newman ball. It looked like it took 2 kicks, and I guess that it hit a Wise player first before it hit Smith. Carson-Newman cruising right now. Lady Eagles at 50% shooting. They have gotten hot. 10 of the last 16 shots have fallen for the Lady Eagles. 7:40 to go in the first half. Penland left wing with a 10-point lead in hand for the Carson-Newman Lady Eagles. Weichel top of the key, right to left crossover. Stops, picks it up, throws it out. Rogers, top of the key, 3. That's short this time around. Penland the rebound. At the free throw line, jump shot too strong. Rutherford an offensive rebound. She forces it back up. Doesn't get the roll, but she does draw a personal foul. And I think that's on Berger, and that'll be her second. So Berger picks up her second, so Leah Kessner has to come back into the game. And with Carson-Newman on top by 10 for the first time today, Rutherford at the line where she makes 72%. First free throw is in. Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region can offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen, the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Second one from Rutherford is in again. Tori Rutherford has 7. Carson-Newman has seen 6 different players score. Rogers has a team-high 10. Second straight game with double figures for the rookie from Knoxville. Rogers steps out on Hester right wing 3. That rattles out. 37-25, Carson-Newman on top. A 13-2 run. 7 unanswered. Smith on the left block. Picks up her dribble. Kicks it out. Penland. Catch and shoot. Right point 3. Perfect from Campbell Penland. And it is a 16-2 Carson-Newman run. Timeout UVA Wise. How about the Lady Eagles rope rippling here at UVA Wise? And the margin is 15, 40-25. 6:59 to go in the half. Timeout Wise will step out for one as well here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Carson-Newman hasn't always been the strongest three-point shooting team this season, but they've buried 6 of 13, scoring 10 in a row, and they've been red hot in the quarter. 4 3-pointers in the period to open up a game-high 15-point lead. And that will be ended as Leah Kessner grabs it on the right block as they break the press and put in the layup. 40-27, Carson-Newman ahead. Weichel with it on the right wing. She pulls up for a 3 and cashes in another. A dozen for Braylon Weichel, and it's a 16-point lead. Carson-Newman outscoring Wise, 19-6 in the quarter. Hester gives it to Kessner, left corner. 6.5 to go. Carson-Newman already has 19 points in the period. How about this effort by the Lady Eagles? Ross left wing. She pulls up for a 3. And Caitlin Ross with a connection from deep. 28% from deep this year. Buries that one. Smith on the left block forces a shot up, and she draws a personal foul. Leah Kessner picks up her first, and Harley Smith heads to the free throw line. Most points Carson-Newman has scored in a second quarter this season, 29. Most points they've scored in any quarter, 33. They've done it twice in the third. Smith's first free throw is up there, and that one is absolutely perfect. Carson-Newman's made its first 9 foul shots, and Smith much improved at the line at 71%. On the second attempt, buries that one. Lady Eagles have made all 10 from the line. 45-30. Lady Eagles on top, 6:05 to go, and the clock never started after the inbound. Carson-Newman's full court press has certainly affected UVA Wise. It's forced 5 turnovers, not necessarily as many as you would think, but it's been a lot of quick shots for the Cavs, and Carson-Newman has gotten the ball right back and made a bunch of shots at the other end. 45-30, 6:02 to go first half. Ross has the basketball in the backcourt. She'll sprint to the middle of the floor, now all the way to the left-hand side. Stop on the left wing, shovel it over to Nia Van Zandt, who kicks it to the right corner, and Hester. Hester puts up a three-point shot, and it's way too strong. Grazes the backboard, and that's it. Smith sprinting front court. Smith tosses it to the left corner, and Rutherford was on the sideline, so a turnover for Carson-Newman, just its fourth. 45-30. Carson-Newman on top. There was an early little surge from UVA Wise. Carson-Newman couldn't lead by any more than 2. And then all of a sudden they were able to get over that hump because of strong scoring efforts over the last 6 minutes or so. 5:40 to go in the first half. 45-30. Carson-Newman on top. Ross in the backcourt. Tosses over to Hester. Flings it forward for Bailey, right wing. Bailey looks underneath the basket. Now Kestner pops out on the right corner. Tosses it for Bailey, top of the key. She'll dribble to her right-hand side all the way to the right block. Bodies collide underneath. Let's see who the foul is on. They call it on Penland. I thought perhaps they were going to call Harley Smith on it, who had trucked Leah Kestner. Instead, it's on Penland as Bailey was going for the layup. So free throws coming up here for Caitlin Bailey, the Anderson transfer, who shoots it at 61% this year. And her first shot is an air ball. Bailey's such a good defensive player, leads the team in rebounding and blocks, and her second free throw here is wide left. So 0 of 2 from Bailey that time around. Still a 15-point lead, matching the second largest of the day for the Lady Eagles. Smith on the block, shovels it back out. Rogers around the baseline, tosses it underneath. Rutherford runs into traffic, and because she does so, she travels. 5:09 to go first half. Good to see Skylar Boshears back into the game. She rolled her ankle in the first quarter, and she's back out there, along with Emily Gonzalez, with Rutherford and Penland getting breaks. Carson-Newman shooting 50%, leading it by 15. 45-30, 5:05 to go first half. Ross, far right sideline, sprints into the front court, works all the way to the right corner, loses the ball, and there's a turnover. Ben Ross's biggest issue in her career. Great passer, great leader of a point guard, but she has had a boatload of turnovers. Midway through the second stanza, Carson-Newman outscoring Wise 21-9 in the period, leading it 45-30 in the game. Weichel for Carson-Newman works around a screen from Rogers, gives it to Boshear. Dribbles to her right, tosses it for Gonzalez. She juggles in the right corner. Gonzalez back out Boshear, swings it to Rogers left wing. Lobs it for Smith, gives it right over to Weichel, running, right hand, reverse layup, along the baseline is down. Braylon Weichel with 14. She's 7 points away from 1,900 for her career. 47-30, largest margin of the day with 4.5 to go in the first half. Hester, a left wing three. That's wide left. Rebound poke to the corner. Boshears will watch it go out of bounds as Bailey the last to touch it for Wise. Carson-Newman is torching the nylon right now. Lady Eagles have made 8 of their last 11 from the field, including the last 3. 4:15 and rolling here in the second. 47-30, Carson-Newman on top. Smith, top of the key. She dribbles right, looks back door for Weichel. Instead, picks it up as Ross is there defensively. Smith comes back to the high post to grab it. Swings it left corner for a Gonzalez three. That's an air ball. Rebound picked up by Ross. Ross working into the front court. Nobody's guarding her. She dribbles to the left block. Right hand layup. Boshears rejects it into the seats. Good block by Boshears. Wise hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. And it's allowed Carson-Newman to break open a 17-point lead at 47-30. 3:53 to go in the first half. Kestner catches, gives it back Ross. Ross dribbles to her right-hand side, pulls up for a little floater, missed it short. Rebound to Harley Smith. Smith dribbles into the front court, working all the way to the left side of the lane. Smith throws it out, Weichel right wing. Weichel hesitating, getting all the way to the right block, leans in and puts in the layup. Had the shot blocker Bailey on her back and put in the layup. 14 for Weichel. Game high scorer so far, and the lead is 19, 49-30. Carson-Newman on top by 19 points with 3.5 to go in the first half. 6 unanswered for the Lady Eagles. Kestner on the right block, barrels into Smith, and puts in the right-hand layup off the glass. 49-32, ends a 6-0 Carson-Newman run, and a 3-minute scoring drought for Wise. Carson-Newman with the ball, ahead by 17. Gonzalez, top of the key, right back to Boshears left wing. Boshears crossing over, getting to the free throw line, now galloping through the lane, misses a right-hand teardrop. Rebound picked out of there by Bailey. Carson-Newman ahead by 14 in the quarter, 17 in the game. Ross gets to the left side of the lane, and we get a foul whistled underneath the bucket, and this one goes on Braylon Weichel, who picks up her first. Team's third. Carson-Newman leads it 49-32, looking for a 10th straight win to open the series against Wise. 8 of the first 9 have been by double figures. Ross bounces it to Kessner, left elbow. Kessner works around a couple defenders, puts a shot up there, and a foul is whistled on Harley Smith. Smith called for her first and the team's fourth. And Leah Kessner to the free throw line with 2:48 to go in the first half. Quality Suites of Morristown is a preferred hotel choice of the Carson-Newman Eagles, located 10 miles from campus. Quality Suites of Morristown is the perfect place to stay when you're traveling to watch the Eagles play. Call 423-585-4000 and ask for the Carson-Newman rate. Kessner makes the first foul shot. A lot of jostling around the cylinder before it went down. And with 2:48 to go in the first half, Wise closes the gap to 16. Kessner's second foul shot is in, 49-34. Carson-Newman on top by 15, 2.5 to go. Carson-Newman would certainly like to at least maintain this bulge the rest of the way. McMahon, top of the key, gives it over to Boshears left wing. Boshears spins it to Gonzalez right wing. Gonzalez around a McMahon screen, feeds Boshears. Boshears down the right side of the lane, floats a shot up there, and got it to go. She had the ball on her left hip when she went up to shoot it, and then was able to sink the shot with a little bit of help from the rim. But then Boshears is called for a reach-in foul as Van Zant was flashing to the middle of the floor at midcourt. So Nia Van Zant, 2 points, 1 of 6 shooting in the game, scoring 16 per game this season. And a big reason why Carson-Newman has opened up a 17-point lead at 51-34. First free throw here from Nia Van Zant is up there and in. Most first-half points Carson-Newman has scored this season. 49 versus Mars Hill was the previous high. Second shot rattles in, and Van Zant slings it back to a 15-point game, 51-36 with 2:18 to go in the first half. Rutherford around a McMahon screen, picks up her dribble, fires it to the corner, and Gonzalez. Gonzalez works to the right block, stops there, loses it. Kessner picks it up. Feeds it forward for Ross. Ross into the front court. Bounces it for Bailey right baseline. Bailey throws it over to Ross. Dumps it underneath. Right-hand shot is up there and in from Josie Hester. And it's down to a 13-point game. 51-38, 150 to go first half. Carson-Newman scoring well. 52% from the field. Gonzalez back Boshears. Left wing. Plenty of time on the shot clock as Rutherford comes to get it straight away. Hands it to Penland right wing. Penland dribbles left, spins back right, kicks it Gonzalez right corner. Shot clock now at 10. Gonzalez on the right wing. Thought about a 3. Feeds McMahon. 5 and 4 to shoot. Boshears back to McMahon. Top of the key jump shot. Wide left. Van Zant the rebound. 1:20 to go first half. Carson-Newman leads by 13. Starting to get a little bit chillier now. Ball is poked out of the hands of Bailey by Penland. Rutherford picks it up, sprints all the way to the left block, puts in the left-hand layup. Turnovers again leading to points. Carson-Newman has 9 points off giveaways. 53-38 as we hit the 1-minute mark of the first half. Hester in the front court. Gives it over to Ross. Ross lobs it underneath. Tough catch for Kessner. Would have been an easy, wide-open look for Ross. Instead, she passed it, and it's intercepted. And then Carson-Newman gives it right back. Rutherford at midcourt tried to feed Penland along the near right sideline in the right corner, and it evaded her and went out of bounds. 50.6 seconds to go in the first half. Carson-Newman leads by 15 in a half in which they have led by as many as 19. Clock winds as we hit 3/4 of a minute to go in the first half. Ross gives it over to Van Zant, left wing. Van Zant dribbles to the free throw line. Gives it back out Ross. She steps into a three-pointer this time. It is an air ball. Kessner an offensive rebound, and she sticks in a reverse layup. Got it on the right block, reversed it in. Weichel in the front court grabs it for Carson-Newman. About a 1-second differential shot to game clock. McMahon throws it over to Rutherford left wing. Penland in the left corner. Back McMahon, top of the key. Throws up a three-pointer. It's wide right. Carson-Newman didn't need to take that shot. Leads by 13. About a second differential shot to game clock. 53-40, Carson-Newman ahead. Ross dribbling to her left-hand side. Gives it to Bailey. 4 and 3. Back to Ross. She steps into a three-pointer. It's short, and that's how the opening half comes to an end. Carson-Newman explodes in the second quarter. Led by as many as 19, they settle for a 13-point differential at halftime. 53-40 is your score here at the Pryor Convocation Center. 53-40. Carson-Newman on top here at halftime. Another double-digit lead for the Lady Eagles at the break. 20 minutes in the books. 20 more to go. Step out for a break. First half stats. A look around the rest of the league. Some really good games around the league here tonight. We'll have that for you when we come back as Carson-Newman leads it 53-40 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeAndEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
It's halftime. Your first half scoring summary and a check of the ShopSeeAndEagles.com sack scoreboard are headed your way.
Smith, right wing, three-pointers, up, it's in! Potentially a dagger for CN!
Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watray.
We welcome you back to the Pryor Convocation Center, where at halftime it is Carson-Newman on top, 53-40 at the break. Most first-half points Carson-Newman has scored in a game this season. It's the second most points that they've scored in any half this year. Second half against 8th-ranked North Georgia back in December, they put up 56 in the half. And with Carson-Newman on top by 13 here at halftime, an opportunity for us to take a look at the first half statistics of this ball game. Carson-Newman overall goes 18 of 36 from the field, that's 50%. 7 of 16 from the three-point arc, 44%. They make all 10 of their foul shots as well. Wise, 14 of 35 from the field, 40%. 2 of 10 from deep, 20%. And 10 of 12 at the free throw line. Braylon Weichel leads all scorers. She has 16 points in the game. Keely Rogers has added 10 points and 5 rebounds. Harley Smith with 6 points and 6 boards. 5 assists as well for Harley. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals for Campbell Penland. 9 points off of the bench from Tori Rutherford and 4 from Skylar Boshears. Wise has only played 6 players. Kessner and Berger lead the way with 8 points apiece. Ross and Hester have 7 points apiece. Bailey has 6, and Van Zant, the team's leading scorer, has 4 so far in the game. Carson-Newman leads in points off turnovers 9-7, second chance points 8-4, fast break points 17-10, and bench points 9-6. Wise leads in the paint 22-16. Score's been tied 5 times, leads changed hands twice. Carson-Newman's led for nearly 14.5 minutes, Wise for 3.5, and we've been tied for 2+. Carson-Newman led by as many as 19 with 3:36 to go in the first half of basketball before Wise was able to close the gap down the stretch. Wise ended up scoring 10 of the final 14 of that opening half to trim the margin to 13 at the break. This is the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report brought to you by the official online athletics store of the Carson-Newman Eagles, featuring more than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. That is ShopSeeingEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Listen to this slate of games that we have around the league. Catawba is at LR, Anderson's at Wingate, LMU is at Tusculum. We'll update you on those scores when we come back as Carson-Newman leads UVA Wise 53-40 at the break here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network. If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagles Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with the ShopCNEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
Back at the Convocation Center where Carson-Newman leads UVA Wise 53-40, looking for an 8th consecutive regular season victory in the conference. Around the league, there are some good ones here tonight, and we start off with battle in Hickory against the top 2 teams overall in terms of the national standings in the league, where Lenore-Rhine holds a 35-33 lead on Catawba at halftime. LR, a great start to the game. Bears led by as many as 9 points in the opening half, or check that, 10 points in the opening half, 34-24, but a 9-2 close to the period by Catawba has them down by 2 at the break. Catawba shooting 46% from the field in the game, but they've turned it over 9 times so far on the day. No player is in double figures so far. LR's led by 8 points from Brandy Hudson, 8 apiece from McIntosh and Thorne for Catawba. How about what Lincoln Memorial is doing at Tusculum? It is the Splitters on top with 6.5 to go in the third, 39-27. Tusculum hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes. Jamie Tham has 15 points. The rest of the team is 5 for 27 from the field in the game. Jordan Maney is having a terrific day for LMU, 17 points. 7 rebounds for her in the game as LMU leads by 12. That's a huge game. Carson-Newman holds serve here, and Tusculum loses. Carson-Newman's lead in the Mountain Division goes to 2, plus that head-to-head matchup against Tusculum, so really 2.5 at that point. Wingate has a double-digit lead on Anderson. 38-28 is the score at halftime as Wingate shoots 48% in the first half. 9 points apiece from Wilson and Sullivan. Coker is leading at Newberry, 33-29, behind 12 from Deja Lambert. And Mars Hill leads Emory and Henry, 43-30 at the break in that game. Here it's Carson-Newman by 13. Lady Eagles will try to find that electricity that they had in the second quarter when we come back here to the Pryor Center. Carson-Newman leads it 53-30 at halftime. Second half right around the corner when we come back to UVA Wise in a moment on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC. We're power with purpose.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, losing her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, 3 from Bergstrom, it's up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Back inside of the Pryor Convocation Center here on the campus of UVA Wise. Carson-Newman leads at 53-40 at the break before we start off second half action here in the South Atlantic Conference contest. We pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the Eagle Sports Network. Skip Roberts is back inside of the Mountain Talk 106.3 FM studios. keeping us on the air. I'm Michael Watrank, sitting courtside this beautiful facility here, the Pryor Convocation Center here on the campus of UVA Wise. Great to have you along for the ride. Come in, stay a while. We got 20 more minutes of women's hoops and then a full action of the men's game coming up here later on this evening. Carson-Newman leads it by 13 after struggling to find some footing there in that opening half of hoops where they went 2 of 8 to start the game. Carson-Newman closes out the first half by making 16 of the final 28 shots from the floor. If you're doing the math at home, that is 57% shooting down the stretch in a gym that historically has been a very difficult gym to shoot in. But that being said, the side that Carson-Newman is about to go to is the side that is the more challenging side to shoot on, because when you look at this gym, the side that Carson-Newman was shooting on, normal arena, those red seats going up and a nice backdrop. To the left-hand side, the side of the court that Carson-Newman is about to shoot on, there are no seats. There's a maybe 25, 30-foot area from the baseline to where there's this big black curtain to the left-hand side. So that really messes with your depth. You see it a lot in the NCAA tournament on the men's side of the D1 level when they play inside of those football facilities, that it's a little more difficult to shoot. So does that matter? We'll keep the math added up here. As Carson-Newman shot an even 50% in the opening 20 minutes. How do the Lady Eagles come out of the locker room now? Rogers is out there with Rutherford, Weichel, Smith, and Penland to start off the second half, leading by 13. Carson-Newman in the Navy uniforms have the ball first. Weichel in the right corner. Dribbling to her left, pulling up for a three-pointer, misses it short iron. Rebound pokes around. Who's got it? It's Berger after Penland went to the deck. So they get the look for the All-American in Braylon Weichel, the second leading scorer in program history. But Wise, after closing the first half on a 10-4 run, have the ball. Van Zandt around a Berger screen. Dribbles to the right block, feeds it out for Ross. Ross dribbles left, comes back right, slings it back out. Van Zandt, a right wing three, and she connects. Not a very smooth-looking stroke, but a 30% shooter trims it down to a 10-point game at 53-43 on the Van Zandt trifecta. 9:15 to go in the third. Carson-Newman by 10 after leading by as many as 19. Rogers right wing, gives it to Weichel. She's wide open left point. This three-pointer is perfect. Braylon Weichel up to 1,898 career points. And the lead back to 13. Here's a deflected pass off of Berger, and it's picked up by Smith underneath the basket. Carson-Newman forced to the turnover. Rutherford over to Penland. She's wide open on the left wing. She misses the three-pointer. Looked perfect from here. It just did graze the front of the rim before it fell off. Ross into the front court for Wise. Crosses over in the white jerseys. Gives it Kessner. Top of the key. Jump shot is good. Leah Kessner into double figures. First Cavalier to do so. 56-45. Carson-Newman's lead 11. 8.5 to go in the third. Smith left side of the lane. Dribbles right. Steps back. Left-hand shot. Off the front of the rim twice. Berger grabs the board. Harley Smith's first miss of the game. Carson-Newman by 11. Wise can make this a single-digit game for the first time since the early part of the second quarter, but Weichel instead rips it out of the hands of Kessner. Carson-Newman sprinting front court. Weichel to Rutherford, left corner, wide open, look at a three. That's off. Offensive rebound, Smith kicks it out. Weichel, she's wide open at the top of the key and splashes another three. She's over 1,900 career points, has a fifth consecutive 20-point scoring effort. Penland to steal, gets to the middle of the lane. Ross pokes it out of her hands. 59-45. Braylon Weichel is 4 of 5 from long distance, and she's knocking on the door of Tatum Bergstrom's all-time program record for career three-pointers. Weichel now up to 233, 21 behind Bergstrom. Penland catches at the high post, misses a jump shot, and it goes out of bounds into the Carson-Newman bench, and Michaela Alvey in the far right corner. Carson-Newman has had some good looks. The lead sits at 14 after leading by 13 at halftime. 59-45, 7 3/4 minutes to go in the third. Hester, far left sideline, works it across the timeline. She might have traveled. Instead, spins around and gives it to Ross. Ross down the left side of the lane. She misses the layup, gets her own miss, uses the left hand to put it back in. Ross with 9, back to a 12-point game. Carson-Newman ahead 59-47. Rutherford from midcourt on the right side tried to fire it to the left wing, and Penland and Van Zandt steps in and gets a piece of it, tipping it out of play. 7:26 to go, third quarter. Carson-Newman 59, UVA Wise 47. Smith, top of the key. She'll pull the trigger on a three. That's an air ball, and it goes out of bounds. Carson-Newman 2 out of 8 to start the second half. That's how Carson-Newman started the game. Then the Eagles caught fire. Let's see if they can do that here as Mike Mincy calls for time with 7:20 to go in the third. So we step out for a break as well. Can Carson-Newman regain that fire shooting? Leading at 59-47 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
7:20 to go in the third quarter. Carson-Newman leads UVA Wise 59-47, looking for an 8th straight sack win. Leading by double figures, Carson-Newman has started 2 of 8 from the field. Wise 3 of 4, but the Cavs are outscoring Carson-Newman by just 1 in the second half so far. Ross with the basketball to start the offense here for Wise as she walks across the timeline. Stops at the high post, gives it over to Hester left wing. To the right wing, Van Zant. Ross circles around to grab it right where she is. Ross dribbles to the free throw line, picks up her dribble against Weichel, gives it out for Hester. Hester, the top three-point shooter for a team that doesn't shoot a lot of threes. Throws it underneath. Berger spins baseline. Left-hand shot way too strong off the glass. Rebound to Smith. Carson-Newman ball ahead by a dozen. 6:45 to go. Bounce pass from Rogers. Will not happen because he travels with the basketball. 8th turnover for Carson-Newman in the game. Lady Eagles lead by a dozen, 59-47. 8th turnover for the Lady Eagles. It's led to 7 points for UVA Wise. Cavaliers entering this ball game at 13-7, 4-5 in the league. Ross stops right side of the lane, bounces it over for Kessner, right baseline. Jump shot short this time around. Penland there for her 5th rebound. Campbell lobs it forward. Weichel left wing. Thought about a 3. Now dribbles baseline. Spins back around. Gives it to Smith. Carson-Newman by a dozen with the ball. 6:20 to go in the third. Weichel gets open off of a screen from Smith. Pulls the trigger on a jump shot. Vintage Braylon Weichel right now. The conference's leading scorer has 24. And it's 61-47. Berger slicing down the right side of the lane. Puts a shot up that Penland blocks. And it goes out of bounds. Carson-Newman has had the answer defensively for much of this game. Wise has been so quick to outlet the ball forward. They've turned it over just 11 times. They've had 19 or more on 16 occasions. Here's a pass out for Kessner. Spins it over to the left point. And Ross. Ross gives it to Van Zant, left corner. Sprints to the middle of the lane. Rutherford rips it out of her hands. After the ball bounces off of Smith, it's Rutherford coming out of there with it. Rutherford for a cutting Smith. One dribble. She stops and puts in the layup. Harley with 8 points. She's on triple-double watch. 8 points, 8 boards, 6 assists for Harley Smith. 5:40 to go in the third and a 16-point lead. Van Zant cannot handle the pass, is able to save it in, and it leads to a layup. Kessner was able to grab it, gives it to Berger. She puts in the layup. 63-49. Smith underneath the bucket, and another great pass from Rutherford. Smith on the left block puts in the layup. 65-49, 5:19 to go in the third. And then Penland intercepts the ball at midcourt. She had a deflection on it, and then it fell right into her paws. 5:16 to go in the third. Carson-Newman ratcheting it up to a different level. Lady Eagles by 16. 15 assists on 23 made buckets. Lady Eagles have made their last 3 after that slow start in the half. Weichel bounces it for Penland left point. Rogers catches left wing. Gives it back to Smith, top of the key. Smith throws it to Penland right wing. Penland dribbles around a Smith screen, hands it to Rogers. Rogers dribbles to the right wing, bounces all the way around the bucket. The ball is tapped out of bounds by Ross. Hits off the stanchion of the backboard. Should bring us to a media timeout, and indeed it will. With 4:57 to go in the third, we'll step out for a break. Carson-Newman catching fire again. The lead is 16. It's been as many as 19 in the game. 4:57 left in the third. Stick with us. Find out how Carson-Newman continues here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC. We're power with purpose.
4:57 to go in the third quarter. Carson-Newman has made 3 straight shots. The Lady Eagles have the ball with 11 on the shot clock, leading UVA 65-49. Carson-Newman 9-0 against the Cavs all time, 8 of 9 by double figures. Rutherford tosses the inbound out to Smith, left point. Hands at Weichel, around a screen, pulls up for a 3, and she is solid again. Braylon Weichel, 5 of 6 from distance. She has 27. And the margin matches a game high at 19. Braylon Weichel possessed in the last several games. 5th consecutive 20-point scoring effort. Kessner, unable to handle the initial pass underneath the bucket, saves it in. Berger now in the middle of the floor, bounces it out. It's intercepted by Penland. Another turnover, 14 for Wise. Carson-Newman a chance to extend its largest lead of the day. Smith stops on the left block, hands it off Weichel. Weichel backpedaling, shovels it back to the top of the key, and Rogers feeds it over for Penland. Sprints to the right block, puts in the right-hand layup. Carson-Newman surging now. The Lady Eagles have scored 7 in a row and lead it by 21. 70-49. Carson-Newman currently on an 11-2 run. Underneath the bucket, Van Zant draws the foul as she went to the block, and Nia Van Zant will get foul shots. Tori Rutherford called for her first personal foul. Carson-Newman's first of the period. Carson-Newman has made 5 consecutive shots after that 2 of 8 start from the floor here in the period. 5 straight. And now Van Zant at the line, 69% on the year, and the first free throw swirls out. One more for Nia Van Zant, a 2-time all-conference pick. Second free throw is up there, and that one's in. Puts an end to the 7-0 run. It's now 11-3 overall for Carson-Newman. Keely Rogers gets a break. Skylar Boshears is in the game. 70-50, Carson-Newman by 20. Lady Eagles have dominated in this stretch, and doing so again today. Scoring has been there for the top scoring team in the league against the second most efficient offense in the conference. Right-hand side, Penland bounces it to the high post, Smith. Smith dribbles left, spins around, splits 2 defenders, and draws a foul. Good work there. Savvy move by the veteran Harley Smith. And Caitlin Berger picks up her 3rd personal foul. Well, Harley Smith has not recorded a double-double in her career, and she is trending in that direction, needing 2 rebounds to do so or 3 assists. First free throw is in. Carson-Newman still flawless at the line, 11 of 11 at the charity stripe. 21-point lead. Second free throw from Smith, missed short. First missed foul shot of the game for Carson-Newman today. Started with 11 straight. Kessner left wing for Wise, down by 21, 71-50. Interception by Smith. Smith will sprint into the front court. Feed it over to Weichel. Weichel reverse layup, up and in. 8th assist for Smith. She's 2 assists and 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. Hasn't been done for Carson-Newman in a long time. Ross in the right corner. Bounce pass underneath. Berger to the left block, puts in the layup. 73-52. Carson-Newman's lead back down to 21. Weichel catching, shooting, and feeling it. 32 for Braylon Weichel as she shreds the strings from deep. Carson-Newman by 24. 76-52. 2:40 to go in the third. Burnside has it. Gives it over Ross. She'll pull up for a three, and she connects. A dozen now for Ross. 2.5 to go. 76-55. Boshear's left wing. Boshear's right to left crossover dribble. Gives it back for Smith. Gives it to Penland. Penland, three-pointer on the way. That's halfway down and out. Would have been a big shot for that triple-double watch. Instead, Ross runs into the front court. Stops at the free throw line. And connects on a jump shot. Into the front court, Rutherford gives it over to Boshears. Boshears out top. Burnside an interception. And she sprints the length of the floor. Misses the layup, though. Ross grabs it and puts it in. And just like that, it's down to a 17-point game. Well, just like that, Carson-Newman had blown this thing wide open. Instead, it is a quick 7-0 run after Carson-Newman had opened up a 76-52 lead. And a timeout from Carson-Newman. So Carson-Newman doing everything well from an offensive perspective, but Wise has scored 7 unanswered in 39 seconds of this game. 76-59, 1:56 to go in the third. Braylon Weichel with 32 points. Another 32-point scoring effort. Weichel with her second 30-point effort of the year, 7th of her career in game number 101. Lady Eagles bring Smith, Weichel, Penland, Gonzalez, and Rogers on the floor with 1:54 to go in the third. Carson-Newman leads 76-59. Penland top of the key. Looks for Weichel right wing. She has been electric in this game. To the middle of the floor, puts a shot up. Bailey with a block. Ross comes out of there with it. She dribbles to the front court. Ross dribbles left, stops, bounces it out to Berger. Now right baseline. Bailey evades Smith, gets to the right block, and puts in the layup. 9 unanswered for Wise. Just like that, it's down to 15 with 85 seconds to go in the third. Weichel around a defender. Gives it over to Penland. Back out for Smith. Swings at Gonzalez right wing. To the right corner and Rogers. Rogers sprints to the lane. Throws it out Weichel. Weichel over to the right wing. Penland catching, shooting a three-pointer. That doesn't fall. Alexis Warren has the rebound for UVA Wise in a 15-point game with 1 minute to go in the third. 76-61. Carson-Newman on top. Ross, a step-back jump shot. That's too strong. There's the 9th rebound of the day for Harley Smith. 1 away from her first career double-double. She dribbles front court, hands it off. Weichel catching, shooting, 3. A rare miss from her. She misses for the second time in 8 attempts from deep. Left it short. Ross to the front court. Dribbling to the left wing. Sable Burnside grabs it from Ross. Underneath for Berger, rather. Right-hand hook shot is in. 11-0 UVA Wise run. And just like that, it's a 13-point game at 76-63. Carson-Newman, in essence, can have the last shot of the third quarter, rather. Weichel, Penland, Rogers, Smith, all in double figures. Shot clock at 9 as Weichel hands it off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez splits a couple defenders, and she gets tripped by Sable Burnside. First team foul, first foul on Burnside, third team foul. It shuts the shot clock off, which means Carson-Newman will get the last shot of the quarter with 9.1 on the clock. 76-63, Lady Eagles on top. Weichel bounces it for Smith. Over the right wing and Penland, 6 and 5. Rogers left wing, pulls up for a 3, swirls it in. Keely Rogers ends an 11-0 Wise run with a three-pointer to get it to a 16-point lead. 79-63 plus 16 for Carson-Newman. Going to the fourth. They led, though, by as many as 24. And Wise makes this a ball game as we go to the fourth. 79-63. Carson-Newman will try to pull away from Wise and win a 10th consecutive against the Cavs here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Carson-Newman leads by 16 as we start the fourth quarter. It is Caitlin Ross with the ball for UVA Wise to start off the period. Berger on the left baseline for UVA Wise. Gives it back out. Ross, a left wing three, halfway down and out. Rebound picked out of there by Keely Rogers. And here comes Carson-Newman to the front court, leading it by 16. Rogers with 6 rebounds of her own in this game. Braylon Weichel with the basketball. Works around a Rogers screen. Gives it to Rogers on the right point. Now Rutherford right wing. Dribbles left. Stops there. Gives it back Rogers. Shot clock at 8 as Weichel catches. Dribbles to the left side of the lane. Throws a pass underneath. It takes a deflection. Burnside saves it in the right corner just in time before it went out of bounds. 9:15 to go in the game. Carson-Newman ahead by 16. 79-63. Bailey left wing for Wise. Gives it to Warren. Now left or right wing and Ross. Ross with 16 in the game. Feeds Bailey. Bailey tosses it to Warren on the right baseline. Passes on a jump shot. Gives it to Ross. Now Bailey over Weichel. Airballs a jump shot. Rebound to Rogers. Here comes Carson-Newman leading it by 16. Lob underneath. Smith on the left block. Draws the foul. Good pass from Rogers leading Harley Smith. And Alexis Warren is called for the personal foul to send Harley Smith back to the free throw line. Smith, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, would be the first Carson-Newman player with a triple-double in the last 3,200 days. Free throw is up and in. J.J. McLaughlin had a triple-double in the conference quarterfinals at Holt Fieldhouse against Catawba. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Second free throw is in for Smith. She's got 13, and lead is at 18, 81-63, 8:48 to go in the game. Carson-Newman has been consistent scoring. If they do that, they can put up triple digits on the road. Berger, right-hand shot, flicks it up, missed it short. There's rebound number 10 for Smith. She's got her first career double-double. Sprints front court, hands it off Rogers. Now Weichel dribble to her right with Carson-Newman ahead by 18 with 8:28 to go. Last 5 points in the game to Carson-Newman. Smith, top of the key, fires it over to Rogers, tosses it underneath, looking for Rutherford, and it gets deflected by Berger, and Ross comes out of there with it. 8:15 to play in the game, 81-63. Carson-Newman leads. Warren right corner. Smith can sag off of her, and she does so. Gives it back Ross, dribbles to the free throw line, kicks Burnside, left side of the lane, puts the shot up, and an offensive foul is whistled against Burnside as she trucks Rutherford. Burnside's second personal foul. 8:03 to go in the game. Carson-Newman by 18. Weichel with 32. 12 of 19 from the field. Harley Smith, 2 assists shy of a triple-double. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Rutherford around a screen on the right corners. Throws it out to Smith. Smith to Penland left wing. Penland back Rogers right wing. Rogers will dribble right all the way to the baseline, fling it over to Weichel left corner. Back out top Penland, dumps it underneath for Smith. Smith back to the bucket, stops, gets shut down, bounces out Rogers, puts a shot up. It's too strong, but they call a 3-second violation on Carson-Newman before that. 12th turnover for Carson-Newman, 5th of the half. 7:39 to go in the game. UVA Wise has not scored since that 1-minute mark of the third. 7.5 to go in the game. Carson-Newman, the lone points of the quarter. Shot up from Warren, missed short. Harley Smith, the rebound. Smith sprints front court. Number 11 for her. Carson-Newman trailing on the glass by 1 overall, however. Smith, top of the key for Carson-Newman. Gives it to the right wing and Weichel. Weichel around the screen. Goes between the legs with a dribble. Works to her right. Stops behind a Smith screen and buries a jump shot. 34 for Braylon Weichel. Career high 39 against Tusculum, that double overtime winner a couple weeks ago. 83-63. Warren misses the shot. Rebound picked up by Rogers. Hurry. Carson-Newman leads it by 20 again at 83-63. This is a 7-0 run for the Lady Eagles. Michael dribbles right wing, hands it off Rutherford. Rutherford back to Penland. Underneath it goes Smith. Goes right past Warren, uses the right hand, and puts in the layup. 15 for Smith. She's 2 away from her career high as well. 85-63, 9 unanswered for the Lady Eagles. Bailey, top of the key, dribbles right, stops there, steps back, three-pointer up there from Bailey, front iron, backboard and off. Rebound to Campbell Penland. She has her 6th rebound. 6:16 to go in the game. Weichel has it between the rings for Carson-Newman, leading it by 22. Wise hasn't scored in nearly 5 minutes. Carson-Newman has taken that to score 9 in a row. Smith swings it over to Penland right wing. Back to Rutherford, top of the key, dribbles left all the way to left block, works around Warren, misses a shot, left it a little bit short. Burnside grabs the board. Ahead to Ross, flings it forward for Van Zant. Van Zant gets to the paint, and they call a blocking foul on Harley Smith. Her second personal foul, just the second foul of the half against Carson-Newman. They call it in the act of shooting, so that'll give UVA Wise a chance to snap this scoring drought. Wise has not scored since the 36-second point. And with 5:49 to go, Van Zant misses the first foul shot. She'll get one more chance at it, trying to end this 9-0 Carson-Newman run. Second free throw for the team's leading scorer doesn't go either. So the scoring drought continues, and the team's leading scorer's frustrating day continues. 8 points for Van Zant. 5:40 to go in the game. Carson-Newman by 22. Right wing, Rutherford gives it to Smith. Over the left point, Penland tosses it, back cutting. Rutherford missed the layup. Draws the foul, though. Bailey called for her second. And free throws coming up here for Tori Rutherford. And Carson-Newman in the game is 13 out of 14 at the stripe. McMahon, Gonzalez replace Rogers and Weichel. Well, Carson-Newman at 85-63. They'd have to turn it on if they want their first triple-digit road game of the year, as Rutherford makes the first foul shot. In fact, Carson-Newman has just one triple-digit game this year. That was the 103-70 pounding of Mars Hill in December. Second free throw from Rutherford is in. Tori Rutherford joins the double-figure crew. She's the 5th player in double digits with 10 now. 87-63. It's an 11-0 Carson-Newman run. Ross into the front court. Dribbles to her left-hand side. Spins around. Left-hand shot blocked by Rutherford. Picked up by Fleener. She saves it in bounds for Wise. Right to McMahon. Smith into the front court. Throws it to Rutherford. Over to Gonzalez. Sprints to the right block. Puts a shot off the window and in. Emily Gonzalez with a strong take. 13 unanswered for the Lady Eagles. And Carson-Newman with its second double-digit scoring run of the game. Makes it a 26-point margin, the largest of the day. And Gonzalez doesn't make the foul shot. Nobody moved, and Fleener was able to grab the rebound, and then Gonzalez commits a foul at midcourt. Second team foul of the quarter. 13 unanswered for Carson-Newman after Wise had an 11-0 run at one point in the third. Harley Smith takes a break, 2 assists shy of a triple-double. Ruthie Mbugwa comes into the game, the native of Danville, Kentucky. Carson-Newman leads it by 26, 89-63, midway through the fourth. Ross at the top of the key for 3, drains a 3. She has 19. And Carson-Newman's lead down to 23. That finally puts an end to that 13-0 run. 89-66, 4:47 to play in the game. Carson-Newman's offense has been free-flowing, and then the pass is deflected by McMahon and picked up by Ross. Carson-Newman's 13th turnover of the day. Ross on the right wing, outside for Eggerbrecht. Now to Bailey left wing. Bailey sprints right, stops on the right elbow, feeds Fleener, right baseline. Around the perimeter, Ross steps into another 3 and cashes another one in. Garbage buckets here for Caitlin Ross with 22, and the margin's 20. Ross has gotten hot in the second half. She has been delightful and one of the lone stars of this game. 15 in the second half for Ross. McMahon top of the key over to Rutherford right wing. Now Penland back to McMahon to the left corner. Gonzalez is called for a traveling violation. With 4:02 to go in the game, Carson-Newman leads it 89-69. We'll step out for our final break as Lady Eagles lead by 20 with 4:02 to go in the game. Well in control, looking to win an 8th consecutive sack game here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee and Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Carson-Newman has done its part in this game. Lady Eagles are shooting 52% on the road in one of the tougher scoring gyms in the league, and they lead it by 20, 89-69. 4 minutes to play in the game. It is UVA-wise ball out of the timeout. Ross sprints all the way to the right-hand side of the lane, throws up a teardrop. It's well too strong. A rebound to Gonzalez. After Wise had scored 6 straight, Carson-Newman back with the ball. Penland left wing, back out top. McMahon gives it back to Penland. Over to the right wing, now Gonzalez to the right corner. Rutherford pulls up for a 3. Doesn't get a friendly roll. Offensive rebound, McMahon. She missed the putback. Mbugwa, an offensive rebound. She gets fouled, going back up for the shot. So Ruthie Mbugwa will head to the free throw line. Caitlin Bailey called for her third. Mbugwa 9 out of 10 at the free throw line this year. We'll try to end a 6-0 Wise run. Ruthie bends her knees, puts the shot up, and drops in the shot. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let them serve you. Visit trilite.net. Second shot from Mbugwa, too strong. Rebound picked out of there by Bailey. 90-69. Carson-Newman leads with 3.5 to go. Egerbrecht across the timeline for UVA Wise, with Carson-Newman leading it by 21 and having a lead at 1 point by 26 here midway through this fourth quarter. Ross bounces it underneath. Bailey cannot handle it. Slides underneath her hand. Penland picks it up. She sprints front court. Passes it looking for Rutherford, and Ross pokes it out of play. Carson-Newman shooting 50% in the game. Will have the ball on the far right sideline with 3:09 to go, leading it 90-69. McMahon between the rings. Back over to Rutherford, right wing. McMahon spins it over Penland underneath Mbugwa. Mbugwa dribbles right, the rookie, kicks it to the right corner, and Rutherford. Back out top, McMahon on the right wing. Twice she dribbles left, gives it to Gonzalez, back McMahon. Right point 3, short iron here. Rebound poked around, Penland the one that grabs it. Penland gets into the middle of the lane, misses a layup. Rebound loose, juggled, picked up off of the leg by Rutherford, over to Penland. Penland picks it up, and a timeout from Mike Mincy with 2:39 to go to preserve the possession. So a timeout, Mike Mincy, and the Lady Eagles leading it by 21. We'll have a fresh shot clock with 20 seconds out of the break. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. That's InterDigital, laser-focused on your success. Carson-Newman 90, Wise 69. And a terrific showing on the road for Carson-Newman. The Lady Eagles had been averaging just 69 points per game on the road this year, shooting 39%. But they're at 48% shooting and 90 points here on the road, leading at 90-69 with 2:39 to go. Lady Eagles bring in Ashlyn Crittenden and Caroline Clemmer with 2:39 left. So let's see how the Lady Eagles score with this all-freshman class out there. McMahon to the right wing and Gonzalez. Gonzalez dribbles to the right baseline, works underneath the cup, feeds Crittenden left wing. Now McMahon kicks it to Clemmer. Right wing three-pointer up. That falls off the rim. Rebound to Warren on the left block. Hit the front of the rim and the backboard and fell off. Burnside catches in the front court. Cross-court pass. Egerbrecht pulls up for a 3. That's too strong. Fleener an offensive rebound. Feeds it over Burnside right block. She misses the putback. And the ball is deflected out of bounds by Carson-Newman, giving possession to UVA Wise with 2:07 to play in the game. 90-69, Carson-Newman on top by 21 in a game in which they have controlled since the second quarter. Inbound, nearly intercepted by Clemmer on the left wing. Well, the effort of Braylon Weichel with 34, the near triple-double of Harley Smith, and just a dominating performance by Carson-Newman today. Fleener underneath the bucket, left-hand shot up, blocked by Mbugwa, pokes it forward for Gonzalez. Gonzalez sprints front court, feeds it to Clemmer right wing. One dribble, pulls up for a shot, nearly banks it in. It rolls around and goes in. She might have been fouled on that one too, but got a friendly roll. And Carson-Newman, who had missed 5 straight shots, makes that one. And now here's a pass out to the middle of nowhere, nearly intercepted by Clemmer. Give it to Burnside. She misses the reverse layup. And a foul is whistled on Mbugwa, her first, team's third. Well, things starting to get a little bit sloppy here with the reserves on the floor, with Carson-Newman leading at 92-69. Sable Burnside, the Morristown East product, 81% foul shooter, gets a couple here. First free throw up and in. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electric contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Burnside second free throw is in. 92-71, 1:40 to go in the game. Carson-Newman back on the basketball. Lowest scoring quarter of the game, just 13 points so far. Clemmer kicks it to the right corner, and Mbugwa back out for Crittenden. Crittenden for Gonzalez. 15 on the shot clock as she feeds it over for Clemmer. Clemmer sprints right to the right block, floats up a right-hand shot, left it short. A rebound picked up by Fleener. And here comes Anna Whitted into the front court. Flings it over to Burnside left corner with 1:10 to go. Underneath, Fleener gets caught in some traffic, kicks it to Warren, back out for Egerbrecht, misses a three, right point. Underneath, an offensive rebound for Burnside. She missed the putback, and then the rebound poked out of play by Mbugwa with 59 seconds to play in the game. 92-71, Carson-Newman in control here against Wise. And it'll be Whitted to inbound the basketball. Officials confirm on the clock situation and the shot clock. Wise had already started to run it set. They have to reset. And now it's inbounded to Burnside in the right corner. Burnside back out top for Whitted. Slings it over. Egerbrecht, right wing three. Nearly banked it down. Rebound tipped over to Fleener, and it's ripped out of her hands by Gonzalez. She sprints front court. The freshman kicks it out. McMahon, right wing three up. That's short. Offensive rebound, Crittenden. 37 seconds to go in the game. Carson-Newman by 21. Right wing, it's Gonzalez. Back out, Clemmer. She's not shy about shooting a three. That doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Crittenden. Crittenden takes it to the right corner. Gonzalez to the lane. Throws it to the left corner. McMahon. Couple dribbles. Throws it Crittenden. Crittenden, right baseline jump shot. Left it short. Offensive rebound, Gonzalez. She misses it. Tips it back up. Doesn't get it to go. Crittenden another chance. 10 seconds to play. Carson-Newman doesn't need to shoot anymore. If anything, that hurts Carson-Newman's shooting percentage by about 3 percentage points. And the final horn sounds with Carson-Newman winning this one 92-71. Lady Eagles pull away from the Cavaliers and win this game by 21 points on the road here today. The Lady Eagles have won 8 consecutive conference games, longest winning streak in the regular season since winning 9 in a row in 2018, 5 years ago. And the Lady Eagles have won all 10 against the Cavs. Final score, 92-71. Back to wrap things up here at the Convocation Center in a moment on the Eagle Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's post-game report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's post-game report on the Eagles Sports Network.
Picked up by Rutherford, shovels it to the right wing. Weichel catches, puts the layup off the glass.
Your stats breakdown, a conversation with Mike Mincy, and player interviews are all headed your way. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By the Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Light, dream big with gig. By Quality Suites of Morristown, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
We welcome you back to the Convocation Center where Carson-Newman dismantles UVA-Wise by a final tally of 92-71 here today, and a very fine showing by this Carson-Newman group today. Mike Mincy has been talking about where this group needed to go, and he'd been so happy with some of the defense that this team had played this year. But the biggest question for this group was, could they put it all together from an offensive perspective and defensive perspective? And today, it was the offense that won the day for Mike Mincy's unit, winning this ball game by a final score of 92-71, a season high in terms of scoring on the road this year. Fine showing for Mike Mincy's group. And time to update you on how things looked on the stat sheet here today. UVA-wise overall, 26 of 67, 39%. 6 of 18 from the floor, 33%. And 13 of 18 at the line, that is 72%. Conversely, for Carson-Newman, really nice showing. 32 out of 72 from the field, 44%. 12 of 32 from deep, 38% in the game for Carson-Newman in this game. And the Lady Eagles go 16 out of 19 at the free throw line, 84% on the day in the contest for this Carson-Newman team. The 12 three-pointers that Carson-Newman drilled in this contest, one of their better performances of the season, second best. Clayton State, they had 14. Emory and Henry also 12. in this season. Braylon Weichel, what an effort. What can you say about her? 34 points on 13 of 20 from the floor, 6 of 8 from three-point range. She adds a couple assists in 30 minutes. Harley Smith nearly had the first triple-double by a Carson-Newman player since 2014. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists for Harley in the contest. Keely Rogers, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 10.7 rebounds from Campbell Penland, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for Tori Rutherford on the day. UVA Wise on the other side with 22 points from Caitlin Ross, 14 from Caitlin Berger, and 10 from Leah Kestner on the contest. Carson-Newman outscored in the paint 34-28, but they lead in points off turnovers 21-12. 12-8 in second chance points, 26-19 fast break points, and 16-10 in bench points. Carson-Newman led by as many as 26 at one point in this game. Brings us to a couple of our business items. A couple Food City player of the games in this one. Harley Smith and Braylon Weichel, both are Food City players of the game in this one. Value every day, that's Food City. Our AEC electrifying play of the game as well in this one. Braylon Weichel's hot hand. Second half, she came out firing with a couple deep triples, and that allows Carson-Newman to have some terrific performances in the second half and shoot a very efficient 6 out of 8 from deep. 34 points, crossing over the 1,900-point threshold in this one and closing in on 2,000 now for her career. And those three-pointers from Braylon Weichel, our AEC electrifying play of the game. After all, you're not just a utility customer, you're a co-op member. One more segment before we wrap things up and get you over to the men's game as Carson-Newman takes down UVA Wise 92-71 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC. We're power with purpose.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Wrapping things up on Carson-Newman's 8th consecutive conference victory. Carson-Newman wins it 92-71 here today against this UVA Wise ball club. And time to take a look at how some of those exciting games turned out around the rest of the conference. Lenore Rhine survives Catawba 65-64. Lyric Thorne had a three-pointer in the waning seconds to try to win it for Catawba, but she finishes with 19. Needed two more to win it. Catawba trailed by 7 down the stretch. LR didn't score in the final 3 minutes, but the Bears survived 65-64 to pull into a tie atop the Piedmont Division in the SAC standings. So LR wins that one. LMU holds off Tusculum, a double-digit win for the Splitters on the road at Tusculum. 63-52 the victory. 19 from Smitty, 17 from Maney. And the Splitters close on a 6-0 run in the final minute to pull away from the Pioneers, winning at 63-52. Wingate outlasts Anderson, 69-61, the final score from Cuddy Arena. Bulldogs shoot 46% in the game. Jaya Wilson leads the way with 17 points. Brittany Stafford had 19 for Anderson in the loss. Coker throttles Newberry on the road. 75-49 on the road. Newberry shoots 24% in the game. Deja Lambert with 23 to lead all scorers. And the Cobras win by 26 at Newberry in that game. And the final score around the league, it is Marcel taking down Emory and Henry. Final score in that one, well, the stats just fell on me, but I do know that Marcel won in that game, and that is everything that happened around the rest of the South Atlantic Conference. Carson-Newman, meanwhile, wins it by a final score of 92-71, and now the Lady Eagles will get a break for a second straight week, and this time it is an actual break. No officials will be needed on Saturday. Carson-Newman will be back in action at Holt, taking on Lincoln Memorial, 5:30 in the evening. Plus, there's softball that day, Carson-Newman baseball that day. Busy day next Wednesday when we're back in action. But first things first, Carson-Newman men's basketball is here at the Convocation Center. And Adam Cavalier has himself ready for the call when we come back. Carson-Newman wins it 92-71. Here comes the men's game when we return on the Eagle Sports Network.
Try